All right. The Arrow podcast. Let's jump into this most recent victory over the Las Vegas Raiders. Let's jump in.
Red and gold. Red and gold. Red and gold.
Once again, this is Allegiant Stadium because this is technically Chiefs Stadium. So, guys, let's take a look. 12 seats, you know we do. All right.
All right, guys. You should know by now it is your boy Abraham with the Arrow podcast. And we just, in my eyes, pretty much destroyed comfortably the Raiders. Somewhat took their souls. Simply because there was hope, yet there wasn't one moment I was kind of concerned this game. Now, once again, guys, unfortunately, Chiefs Kingdom, we have to accept the fact that this is just how we are going to play this season. And it's kind of how we've been playing, continuing from last season. It's just we just grind out and we just win. We just win. Now, unfortunately, they are ugly. They're getting a bit uglier. A win's a win, right? But I will say this one wasn't that bad. It was comfortable. I wasn't concerned the entire game. It is the Raiders. You know what I mean? So the Flat Earthers, guys, you probably won't hear from them because, once again, it's the Raiders. No one expected the Raiders to win the game. No one expects the Raiders to win any game, because they're the Raiders. So, unfortunately, there isn't really much to kind of go over today, guys, because they're the Raiders. So, what I will say is the left tackle position is concerning at this point. Wanya Morris is Wanya Morris. That won't ever change. Suamatea, I believe we should put him back in, give him another shot, because this Wanya Morris experiment is not working. Left tackle position looks terrible. Jawan Taylor did his thing. He played pretty good. Jawan Taylor has actually, outside of the penalties, has been playing pretty well. So there's that. Offensive line as a whole looked pretty good. Looked all right. Probably worse running blocking we've had, but then again, I believe the Raiders are top 5 in run. I believe running through the tackles. I'm not sure entirely run defense. I think they're 11th in total defense, but like as far as run defense, I'm not sure. But in between the tackles, which we do, they're top 5. So that's kind of why you kind of seen Kareem Hunt not necessarily doing the best, but guess what? Kareem Hunt's Kareem Hunt. He did his thing. He scored in pretty much every game. I believe he has like 4 or 5 or 6 touchdowns already right now. He just got here. So loving that. Loving Kareem Hunt as always. DeAndre Hopkins looked good, moves well. Didn't see too much. He did play a few snaps, but he only caught 2 targets, or excuse me, he only caught 2 passes on 2 targets. So I do think that he's a necessity because our receivers are looking a bit odd. Our offense continued to look weird as usual. I don't know. I can't necessarily say I'm concerned, but we do look weird, guys. I do think when DeAndre Hopkins gets the offense down, Mahomes gets a little bit more chemistry with DeAndre Hopkins, that will be a huge factor. We just recently also signed Joshua O'Shea. I believe that's how he wants it pronounced. I believe that's how he pronounces his last name is O'Shea, not Uchi, which I probably would have said if I didn't see that written somewhere, wherever I seen. But anyways, Joshua O'Shea is a dog, underrated. Even Bill Belichick had something to say about it. So I am very interested in seeing him. Probably similar to like a D4 type of pass rusher that we haven't seen in a long time in KC. He's more of a fast kind of pass rusher type of guy, which we have not had. So I am very interested. Cannot wait to see him on the field. I do think that he is clearly underrated. His win rate is ridiculous, in which I've seen as well. He has a very high win rate. So not too many sacks. I believe he only had like 2 sacks, but his win rate is something to keep an eye on. It's pretty ridiculous. I believe he has even a higher win rate than Chris Jones. So we shall see. We shall see. That is going to be another factor to the defense. Najee Johnson in concussion protocol. Who knows if he plays next game or whatever. To be honest with you guys, I am not a Najee Johnson fan. I don't think that with or without Najee Johnson we would ever miss a beat. So I think that Keith Taylor should come in instead of Najee Johnson and Joshua Williams. So we shall see. But Najee Johnson, no, not feeling that. And it is only a matter of time, guys, until our corners can start to get exposed. So we're going to need that Joshua O'Shea. The defensive line is going to have to kind of take another step. But they will with the newly signed Joshua O'Shea and Charles Omenihu coming back very shortly, which I also can't wait for, which is going to be a huge boost to the defensive line because we're going to need that. So, yeah. Because the corners, I am outside of Trent McDuffie. Yeah, I don't know. So let's just hope I'm wrong. But yeah, guys, not really as far as pertaining to the game, guys. There's not much, you know. I mean, you're gonna know because you're not gonna really see any conspiracy theorists. Like my boy in the comments said in my last video, you're not gonna see any reptilian believers down in the comments because they're not going to go looking because it's the Raiders. So we did what we were supposed to, which was win and comfortably win. So that's that. And guys, I figured this was going to be brief. I almost skipped this game because it's the Raiders. So, you know, no matter how we play, as long as we win, it's a divisional game, guys. So most divisional games are going to be ugly. But once again, you know, we left points on the board. That's the tipped interception, unlucky tip, which, guys, this season Mahomes tends to get his passes tipped more than I've ever seen in his career. So, you know, it is what it is. But another unlucky defensive line tip ball turn interception, which was hilarious because they ended up getting stuffed at the 3 and 1 yard line, which is hilarious. But we all know why, guys. It's because of your turn. No. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. Once again, defense looks beautiful. Loving the defense, how they are our new offense, kind of. I look forward to watching the defense, not the offense anymore. Offense is hideous, egregious, atrocious, continuously still. But we are moving the ball, which we are kind of going back to the first couple of games. We're moving the ball more than we did. So that's a plus. I do think once someone on the left tackle, you know, wakes up and smells the coffee or some magical wand happens and the left tackles are at least even decent, because they're not decent right now, then I don't know moving forward how much, you know, this offense is going to change, because I think that is the main issue. So we shall see, ladies and gentlemen. But on to the Buccaneers. And I will have a pregame for you guys, obviously a little bit, probably a few days before Sunday. Or we play on Monday. So before Monday. So that's that. That's all I got, fellas. Like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. Help me help you, whatever. This is the Arrow Podcast. And I'm Outros.
Yeah, we running out of time. 1-5, catch me in the end.